Okay, I think we are live. Hi, everybody. It is Nicola here from Conscious Crypto Traders. I don't have Teresa here with me in the live stream today. I am jumping on a Friday night here in USA Mountain Time, even though my accent is a New Zealand accent, just in case you were wondering. I am on Mountain Time. And it's really important, this live stream. We're going to be talking about weekend trading, your mindset going into this weekend, particularly because we've had a bit of a correction in the market. We could see a further correction after a little bit of a rally that we've had in the last day. I want to go over the charts for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for XRP. I want to congratulate Cardano for reaching $2, guys. It's really exciting. Hi, Teresa. I'd love for you guys watching to come on in and say hi and post a comment. But this is a really important video because we're heading into the weekend. And weekend trading needs a different mindset from week trading because we don't have the big institutional traders. It is more retail traders and there is less volume than there normally is in the market. So if you're hoping for a rally or a really big bull run over the weekend, it's going to be difficult if the volume isn't there in the retail until the Asia Pacific market comes on Sunday, somewhere between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock in that time zone on USA Mountain Time. And then you can see a lot of fireworks sometimes during that. So let's have a look at the charts. And as we go through the charts right now, I want to go over and over and over again, reiterating the mindset going into the weekend and how to approach what's going on. So if you just give me un momento, I think I'm going to start with congratulating Cardano. Oh my goodness. How awesome is that? Yay! $2. We've been waiting for a really long time for Cardano to finally hit $2, and we did it. And we're still going. We're at $2.01, as you can see here on the trading view chart. We had a bull flag here, maybe, or just in this area here, definitely a wedge where we've been trading up and down between. And then we had this lovely pole coming into either a bull pennant or a ascending triangle, whatever it is. I've drawn different lines for each scenario to see which one plays out. So I think this line here is the, if we can call this a bull flag. It's a little bit cheeky to call it a bull flag because we've already got a bull pole, the flagpole rather, because we've already got this trading inside of an existing pattern, and so the new pattern's really forming at the top. But I always like to put my lines in places where it could be a scenario that plays out. So that's why I've got two lines here. This line here is also a pole on a different time frame. So here we are breaking out. We've not yet come back down to confirm. So we could rally all the way up to the top of this target at $2.37 or $2.30 and then come back and retrace and retest this. Looking at the Ichimoku cloud, we're in the green, we're above the cloud. It's flattening out a little bit here, a little bit dip and then up again. So this is, I've come to know that when we see these flattening out, we can't assume that this is just going to be trading sideways because often the price can drop quite heavily. So if you're looking for a trade in Cardano, you want to wait for the retracement at this stage or wait till we get above $2.37. If we go beyond that into price discovery and put in really tight stop losses and then follow the stop loss up as it goes up. It is Friday evening here in the USA time. It is the daytime in Australia and New Zealand. We've got the Chinese market, Hong Kong, Singapore coming on board, and down the bottom here there's a lot of activity that's happening. We've got a bit of a spike here. It's come down a bit, but now we've got this the spike here in the volume. RSI is starting to get up into the overbought territory. But what we're noticing in this bull run is that we can often be trading up here for quite some time before we see a correction. So it's a waiting game if you're not in a trade. If you are already in a trade or you're looking at spot trading, just be really aware of the lack of volume that could play out as we head towards the end of the evening, especially as we head to the end of the Asia Pacific market, because we go into the European retail market, and usually there's really low volume, and when there's low volume, often big pumps aren't always something that play out. They can play out if there's a lot of excitement, but you just have to be aware of that. Weekend trading, always be aware that we do have lower volume than normal. The second thing we need to be aware of when we're doing weekend trading is that there's quite a lot of manipulation going on. You can get dumping, you can get, especially on a Sunday, we've seen, or Saturday afternoon, on a Sunday evening, again, I'm talking about USA Mountain Time, we can often get a massive dumping of coin onto the exchanges, which causes flash crashes. We've seen a number of Sunday Bloody Mondays or Sunday Bloody Sundays, however you want to call it, where there's just like out of the blue, and Bitboy Crypto and Cryptos Are Us, George and Ben, have been really good at exposing F2 pool, a mining pool, for dumping a number of coin onto the exchanges, which forces the price down. So we've got some indicators on some of these charts showing that we could get a bit of a rally this weekend, but then there's contra indications that we could retrace, and be always mindful again. I'm going to say it over and over again. And the reason I'm going to say it over and over again is because sometimes when I've gone on into the weekends, I've forgotten about the whole volume thing. So, you always teach what you most need to learn, right? So this is why I'm going to be saying it over and over again. So I want to start with Bitcoin. Earlier on in the week, I believe it was Tuesday, Teresa did a live stream on Bitcoin and gave the warning of a head and shoulders, which is a trend reversal. So I want to go over that because earlier today we did see a bit of a breakout of this falling wedge. You could also call this a bear flag. It went on for a little bit too long, but it's broken out, and it's broken out up into a rising wedge, which of course is a bearish pattern, meaning we can break down more often than we break up. And we of course have broken down, and we've come back to retest this. So are we going to go down further? So is there a short opportunity here, or are we going to come back into the pattern and ultimately continue to go up? Let's have a look at that. Now, as I said, Teresa had done a really great video on the monthly candles. And if we zoom out and have a look at what's going on the monthly, we can see that we have this giant bull flag pole. Huge, right? 6 candles. And then if we draw speculatively our lines at the bottom of these candles, there's a little wick that happened here, and then here's the top here. You zoom out and you look at that and you go, oh my goodness, we've been trading sideways pretty much between the range of 45,700 and 60, what is the top here? 62,400, something like that. And we've just been going up, and we've been coming down, and we've been going up, and we've been coming down, and we have pretty much been respecting this support line of the bull flag, right? So this is looking good. We break out of this on the monthly, which might happen this month, which means it'd be a really short flag, or it might happen next month in June or July, and we're looking at a 96,444. Now, here's the thing I want you to know about Bitcoin. If you are looking at longing Bitcoin, because we are, we're creating some higher highs here. Let's see what happens here to see if this is going to be a lower high or a higher high. Be very, very careful that we are still downward trending. This is a bearish pattern with the rising wedge. and we have not created a bottom or a trend reversal indicator on the time frames here on the this is a 1 hourly or the 4 hourly that has played out fully to indicate that we are in a trend reversal. Have a look at this. There is a reverse head and shoulders, which has here. That is a trend reversal. So we actually do have the trend reversal sign, but it hasn't, actually, I could be wrong now because since I looked at this chart, this might have actually already played out. No, it hasn't. So we go to the neckline, and the if this inverse head and shoulders plays out, then the we're looking at, what is that, 50, oh, I can't see a darn thing. I was at the optometrist today to get new glasses because my non-reflective glasses broke, and I've got to wait 8 days for them to arrive. And so I've got these other ones here, and I can't even see a darn thing. So we're at 52,700. So this inverse head and shoulders has not played out. So we've come up here. This could be an invalidation, or we could be rallying to come back out and complete this inverse head and shoulders. If we do that, then we've got the confirmed trend reversal, and we can continue to go on up to the upside. I'm just being really cautious, again, especially for the weekend, because often we can see a dump later on Friday night or Saturday morning. And if we don't get a dump on Friday night or Saturday morning, we might see it on Sunday. This line here of support on the monthly, these candles have been respecting, touching this. So we could come back down to 45,711, and if we do that, then that's another confirmation. And if we bounce off of that, that's another confirmation that we could be then reversing the trend and then continuing this trend upwards. But here's where you don't need to panic and go, oh my goodness, is the bull run over? Because even if we did break this bull flag pattern, we came down to touch the moving averages here, any one of these moving averages here, and bounced off of it, we still would have created a higher high, right? We've got this here around about, was that 19,000, and then we come up here. If we come to this area here, right, this is a higher high. So this is still technically a bull cycle. So there's no need to panic. It's just that if you're trading this, especially if you're trading it with leverage, you want to be aware that we could get pattern reversal. We could literally have the whole thing turn around and go in the other direction, whether you're doing a long or whether you're doing a short, because we haven't fully played out either scenario, which would be continuing breaking up to the upside to complete this inverse head and shoulders, or continuing to break to the downside to complete this bear flag here, which has a possibility of going all the way down to 44,000. And it might not, because quite often with Bitcoin, when we are in a bull run, we don't always meet 100% the short targets. We can fall a little bit short. Oh my goodness, it's Friday evening. You've got to give me my sense of humor, because here I am on YouTube instead of out and about dancing because everything's in lockdown again. So that's Bitcoin on the monthly. Now have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Give me, yes, these glasses are just really useless. We have a bull flag still, and we have it's been going on forever, so this could technically be a sideways trending here wedge. This is what's concerning as we go into the weekend. We have just confirmed a head and shoulders, right? This is what Teresa was talking about on Tuesday, and that we've come right down and we have confirmed this neckline as a neckline of a head and shoulders pattern, in which case the if we break down, yeah, is this the, yeah, here we go. If we break down, which we could be doing this week or this weekend, then we're looking at going back down to about 35,000. Now, here's the deal about that, because I know, like there's quite a lot of FUD and drama that goes on out there. This is really a very interesting thing to have a look at. Hang on, I'm on the wrong chart. Let's go back to the monthly. In terms of probabilities, which is what technical analysis is, there's a probability the market could go this way. There's a probability the market could go that way. Have your strategy, have plan A, B, and C, so that as soon as the market moves, it shows you the direction it's going in, you know what you're going to do. Because we have been respecting this level here of support, we've got support here on 3 monthly candles. I don't know how likely it is that we will trade below this support and have several candles coming all the way down here. What is possible, and this is the warning, what is possible is that we could retrace down to the line close and then go and wick. Those wicks that just go and then it just comes back up again, right? So yes, I have a buy order in at 33,900 just in case we get one of those flash wicks. I think it's highly unlikely, in my opinion, that we would trade lots of candles down here, simply because that would be a massive break in the structure of the pattern on the monthly. But be warned that this head and shoulders on the weekly could take us there, and could take us just right 33,900. It could take us there and just wick up again and then be back up here ready to go to the upside. So this is where it's a cool idea to be looking at all of these charts. I mean, if you have a look at the Ichimoku, it's looking pretty bullish. We're above the greenie, we're heading up. It's looking really, really, really bullish. But here's the thing with this Ichimoku cloud, or Ikimoku cloud, as Teresa likes to say, is that when you see these sharp inclines, often the price action can come crashing down through it, right? So it looks like it's going up, 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 and up. And in reality, what we can have happen is we can come down through here, especially with this head and shoulders looming. Now, this is on the weekly, which means we need to post a weekly candle underneath the support line, right? And possibly come back to retest it the following week and then break past it the following week. So this might not be a head and shoulders pattern that's going to play out immediately. It may take 3, 4, or 5 weeks to do it, in which case, we're pretty cool, and we would see some action here going sideways for a little bit. But on the smaller time frames, even retesting the new all-time high. So let's just look at that. Just be aware that this is a possibility that could play out. Now let's have a look at the daily on Bitcoin. And then we'll have a look at possible trades. We'll do Ethereum, we'll do XRP. We're talking about weekend trading for all of you guys who have just joined. Really important to understand that on the weekends there's less volume, and there is also the possibility of price manipulation. What we often see in terms of scenarios that affect the price action is Friday night we can often see a retracement. If we don't see it Friday night, we can see it either on Saturday morning or Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And then sometimes on Saturday morning, we can see a pump. Like you wake up in the morning here on USA time and you go, oh my goodness, what were the Brits doing overnight? What were you Europeans doing overnight? All of a sudden, everything's like going up. You could see a pump on a Saturday. So then if we get that pump on a Saturday, sometimes when the Asia Pacific markets come in, we've got the CME futures exploration that happen around about 4 o'clock on Sunday, USA Mountain Time. And then the Asia Pacific market really comes into gear, like the traditional markets, later on that Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. And then we could see a rally. We can see a rally if we get a crash, or a crash if we get a rally on Saturday. Not 100% of the time, but those are scenarios you need to be aware of when you're placing your trades, when you're placing your stop losses, and when you're riding out the market to the top. be aware that riding it out isn't always a good thing if you're not putting in those stop losses and you're moving the stop losses up into profit as we ride. So if we come back down and get those flash crashes that sometimes we do get on a Saturday or a Sunday, that you're in profit. You've not omitted to move your stop losses up into profit. And on the weekends, generally, my philosophy is move it up as quickly as possible. As soon as you see that there's some profit in the trade, immediately move up into break even or just above break even, so that if you get some volatility coming back down, you don't get wicked out, and if you come back down, you don't get stopped out at a loss. So here on the daily, the head, neck and shoulders is here looming. So that means we could even see this breakout on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. And remember, this can also be invalidated. We could, if we come down now onto the smaller time frame to see are there any trades that are available here. It's a waiting time, in my opinion, because we've broken down this rising wedge, usually breaks to the downside, has broken to the downside. It's confirmed this level here, 48.9, I think, as support, bounced off it, come back up now to test this previous support area as resistance, and we got a rejection off it so far. So not a lot of volume here because it's Friday night and it's the weekend for the Asia Pacific market. So it is the retail the retail market, is not the institutions. Low volume, as we've said. So some people don't even trade on Friday night. Some people don't even trade on the weekend because of that manipulation and volatility. It's up to you, because sometimes on the weekend there's some really great opportunities for shorts and longs. So right now we're waiting for a confirmation. Are we going to come back down, confirm this bottom, right? Wick down even further to say, hey, we're at the bottom of the market, trend reversal, now we're going up. That's what we're waiting for. Or is this inverse head and shoulders going to play out, confirming this is the pattern of a trend reversal, fulfilling this here by coming back up into the pattern, coming up and fulfilling this, and then maybe retracing a little bit and then heading back up onto the upper side. So if you're wanting to do a smaller trade, once we get confirmed here above this line, we have a clear hour candle, if not a 4-hour candle above this line as support. It's retraced, or it looks like it's heading up to the top. There's a little smaller trade that you could possibly do, riding it up from here to there to see what it does. But remember, this is a rising wedge, breaks down to the downside more often than it breaks to the upside. So when we have these rising wedges for Bitcoin, they can go on for days. We've just seen with Ethereum, they can actually go on for weeks. This is Ethereum on the hourly. And we've been, actually, let's go to the weekly. For those of you just joining us, love for you to subscribe. We are all about here at Conscious Crypto, trading consciously, being aware of scenarios that can affect price action, making sure that you've got the right mindset, and we're really big on strategy. So as we're looking at the charts and we're looking at price action and we're looking at potential signals for when to place a trade, we're also looking at what mindset do you need to make this trade successful, and what scenarios could play out to affect it. And this video is all about the scenario of the weekend trading. And here we are, we're doing really well. We're here on the weekly, let's say pretty much straight up, right? We've been due for a correction for quite a while. We look at the daily, here it is, the rising wedge. This rising wedge has started on the 20th of April and has just gone on and on and on. And remember, we've got a rising wedge on Bitcoin at the moment. So it is broken down here on Ethereum. It is retesting this line here. Let's go to the 4-hourly just so we can get a bit more clarity. So if we're looking at a trade, I had a long in this morning from here all the way up to here, and we got a rejection as was expected on this line that's flipped resistance. And now let's see if we going to continue a little bit more to the downside because we haven't confirmed. This is, if we take this here down to this channel here, which is a descending channel, which breaks to the upside. It's broken to the upside, going into an ascending channel. We never came back and retested this support line. So we could be falling now. Oops, look, it fell just as I said, to come back all the way down here to test this. So if all the indicators are showing we're heading down, you might, catch this as a short. To me, I would feel like it would be a bit risky because it can always just reverse and come back up and come back into this pattern. But I would be getting ready to actually get ready for a long once it confirmed this and headed on its way back up again, because that could be a confirmation that we've got a trend reversal here for Ethereum as well. Again, weekend trading, low volume, and also manipulation, which means we can get these long wicks. These long wicks that can wick you out. So in my opinion, if you're trading on the weekend, you want to lower leverage. You want to lower your leverage to account for these wicks, right? Where a perfectly good trade could have played out if you were able to stay in it and you didn't get liquidated out. And the other thing is, moving your stop losses up into profit quicker than you normally would if you were trading on the week where there's a lot of volume in the trading. So there isn't really a position here in Ethereum right now. We're watching, is this going to come back down here, or are we going to flip into this rising wedge? Now, targets for rising wedges are usually at the bottom of the wedge, which can take us to 2,200 or 2,170, somewhere around there, right? Give or take. I apologize if I'm not, you need to do your own charts, right? Not rely on me doing my charts. At the moment, my glasses are broken, so I don't have really good glasses. But I felt like this was really important to just jump on and just give those warning signals that we could be going down. So rising wedges break down more often than they break up. We have come down, right? We broke out. Now we've come back up to retest this bottom of the wedge as support. So now we could be coming back down, that we've retested this rather than popping up into the wedge, to come all the way back down to the target at the bottom of the wedge, which is normally where that happens. A rising wedge usually comes back down to the beginning, right? So it's a good thing for Ethereum if we do that, because I think we'll have greater foundation for higher prices in the shorter, medium term, in the medium term and the longer term. If we don't, we could see something really bloody of prices going higher and higher and then getting like a 50% retracement, which is rare, back down here. Because if you remember, when we hit 3,000 on Ethereum, we never came back, and like there wasn't the psychological retracement at 3,000. It just kept going, and then it kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going all the way to 4,400 and something, right? And just wouldn't stop. So we've got, let me go to the 4 hour. We have got, like, if I was just looking at as classical technical analysis, we have broken out of an upward rising channel. We have come back and we have tested the previous resistance line, the previous support line as resistance. And now we've come back down from that, and we're sitting here with a candle that's like, what direction am I going to go in? So if you were looking at a long, if it was me, I would be waiting to get inside this pattern with a clear candle above it and all of the indicators showing me Ichimoku clouds rising. We're above the EMA ribbons, and we're looking at like we're going up, because then we could come up and obviously get an all-time high at around, a new all-time high at around 4,783 or 5,670 if it keeps going like it did last time. But again, if Bitcoin's going to break out of that head and shoulders, we could see this come back down, right? and then, you know, retest this as the bottom of the market to come back up, or go all the way down to that lower target at the beginning of the wedge. Now, here's another pattern that we want to look out for that has not played out, and that is a reverse cup and handle. Here it is here, the cup, the handle. We've broken out of it. We've come back to retest the neckline, and again, are we going to come back down, in which case this reverse cup and shoulders is 32,890. So if you were looking at doing a short, you want to get a confirmation that we are falling here by making sure that you know, that we are heading down, either by looking at what's going on with the Ichimoku cloud, or you can wait until we clear the all-time low here to see if we're going to go lower, which would make it a bit risky. So yeah, shorting this market, I think it's risky. If you were going to do it, if you had balls of steel, as they say, I would definitely wait for volume and see it just start to fall, get in as soon as you're in profit, like get that stop loss in and profit, because I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting this one out, so because I want to, you know, we've got some indications here that we're heading down a little bit further, but maybe by the time you've got the confirmation of that, it's not enough for you to actually, well, let's just get this tool out and see. It's not enough for a short that's kind of risk-free. Traditionally, the conservative way is breakout, confirm resistance or support line as resistance, come back down lower than where we hit, so we know we're going lower. You put that short in and you go to your target, and you'd only be getting a 1-to-3 ratio. Of course, obviously, if you come further down, that's totally worth it, the risk, right? The risk to reward ratio goes a lot more. It's like 13.8 if we head all the way back down. No, hang on a second, where are we? I can't wait to get my new glasses. Here we go. It's 8.7%, so that's pretty good risk to reward ratio. But I don't know, guys. I think we're going to have to watch what's going on with Bitcoin, because even though Ethereum started to play its own game a bit, it still pretty much follows. If there's big moves with Bitcoin, there's a ripple effect here with Ethereum. So this is a watching game again. Cool. We have a VIP group called Crypto Ninjas with a WhatsApp group, and we're starting our own Discord server soon, where we're posting moment by moment all the signals for our trades, as well as teaching technical analysis, mindset, emotional control patterns, and so on. If you're interested in that, I'm going to post links below the video for you to go over and check that out. Love for you to like this live stream and make a comment. Help us out. We're a new channel. We've done phenomenally well with getting over our first 100 subscribers, but with your help, and especially if you find this of value, we would really love to see you share, comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell, click all, so you get notified. We're uploading videos every day, sometimes twice a day during the week, and we go live every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. And we do prompt you lives like this one. XRP, if you saw my our live stream on Wednesday, this is the daily. You'll get to know my charts are really messy. I'm a creative and I'm a visionary. It's part of my job and my business outside of the trading. So this mess is poetry to me. I see stuff in the mess. Let me just turn the mess off for you. And if you imagine here, this line down here, and then a line coming up here, that is a symmetrical triangle on the daily. And we are, between now and the 22nd of May, we're going to get a breakup. More than likely, in my opinion, going to break to the upside, because if we break to the downside, it might just be a fake out. The target is 1 penny, and there's no way XRP is going to 1 penny. When we had the worst case scenario of XRP being delisted on the exchanges in the United States that went to 17 cents. So I don't think we're going to break all the way down to 1 cent. If we break to the upside, however, we are heading up towards the all-time high, which is around $3.40 or 50 cents, something like that. But this here is, we take the top of the wedge here, a triangle, sorry, to the bottom, and we place it at the breakout. And then we are looking at it, some confluence with the Fibonacci level here, and that is $2.80. So we might see a bit of a retracement here, create some consolidation and go further to go to the all-time high. But this is imminent, guys. There is a potential long here for XRP in the next few days. Now, what's really interesting about this is the peak of the triangle is around about the 22nd of May. And on the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd of May, these are really important filings in the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Firstly, on Ripple's side, and then the SEC side. So over those 3 days, we could hear some news that could give us some volume in trading, in which case the breakout could happen really quickly. We could, of course, always get a fake out to the bottom and then come back up inside the channel. If we go to the 4 hourly, sorry, not inside the channel, inside the triangle, it's Friday. We have this this descending triangle, which we broke to the downside, and we're finding support around $1.39, $1.40, which is bullish because $1.35 is a significant resistance area. We broke through that today and we're trading above it. If we go to the 1 hourly, we retraced a little bit, but we've found some nice support here. Trading XRP on the weekend, guys. Wow, watch out. Right at the moment here, I wouldn't be jumping in. Look at this Ichimoku cloud. We're in it, like we're in the red, and we're trading sideways. If you're looking at, I would want to see some. I just want to see number one volume, and I'd want to see the green Ichimoku cloud heading upwards, and I would want to see some volume in the trading to know that if we were going to push to the upside to go to the top of this triangle, get rejected off of it a little bit, that's a really nice long, right? And if we come down and we break it, that's a pretty good short, right? But you're going to have volume. With this Ichimoku cloud looking like this, not a time to jump in, especially not on Friday night. So let's have a look what happens on Saturday morning in the US Mountain Time, which is the time zone that I am in. So we're waiting game on Ethereum, but I just need you to be aware that we're breaking out this week. Come rain or shine, there is a decision to be made by XRP on the 21st of, somewhere between the 20th and 21st of May, and obviously could break out over the weekend because we're coming to the nose here. So that's it. Reminding you, weekend trading, what we want to be dealing with here is tight stop losses, and really looking at your technicals and making sure that you're zooming out before you zoom in, and then following those stop losses up. It's to keep into profit and just keep an eye on that volume, keep an eye on that volume, and be aware that the market at this stage is looking like it could go one way or the other. And so you want to get absolute conservative, confirmed breakout points before you go into your trades this weekend. Awesome. Having a look at the questions that Teresa says, she's not on camera with me today, and I can't read a damn thing. I'm gonna have to wear my broken glasses if you'll excuse how that's going to look. Can't wait for my new glasses. I'm getting 2 new pair that have the reflective lenses so that they don't have that flare in front of the camera. Balls of steel, what about ovaries of titanium? Ooh, I think that would hurt. Yeah, and Teresa said, haven't we forgotten to check the volume at all times? So I'm going to end it for today. Would love for you to like the live stream and even share it. We are a brand new channel and we're just getting started. YouTube is going to be looking to you to see whether or not we're posting value. We hope we are. We're helping you with mindset. We're helping you with scenarios that affect price action. We are looking at technical analysis and price alerts as well. We've got resources for you down below if you want to check that out. And other than that, it's bye from me for now, and trade consciously this weekend as any other weekend or any other day of the week for that matter. Bye-bye.